Hey everybody, welcome to Tim's Offgrid. As you're taking a look today, don't forget to subscribe. Please share and like our videos. We appreciate it. Today we're going to talk about my water pre-filtering system that I have. So out here you'll see IBC totes. I got them covered in enclosures to block out the sun for algae, obviously. And you'll see that I got a lot of piping to come from different areas. So I can use this pump to pull from any tote that I have and direct water to any other tote. While doing so, and I'm using a 120 volt pump, we will pre-filter all this water. We can also set with Wi-Fi outlets to polish this water at any time of day. Polish for 30 minutes, polish for an hour, polish for 15 minutes. Hey, Tim's Offgrid, what's polishing? Well, that's filtering and filtering again and filtering again to get everything you can out of this water. All right. So first we come through, we can see the outlet pressure on the pump. We're going to come through a 50 micron screen. We're going to come through a 5 micron particulate filter. Then we're going to come to a 1 micron carbon block and to a 1/2 micron carbon block. Then we can circulate back to the original tote, or we can go to another tote, or on the end I can output to a bucket. You got many things you can do with this. But let me stress one thing here. Filtering to 1/2 micron or 1 micron, I'm not drinking that. You shouldn't either. All right. And remember, I might bring this water from my well from home and fill these containers, or you might would fill these containers with other options like harvesting water. Okay. But this is my water pre-filtering system. Wanted to give you a rundown on that. And hey, why'd I use PVC? It was simple, it was easy, it was cheap. If I was working the proof of concept originally, I was going to use PVC. If I got it right, I can always upgrade to something else. All right? Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. I do appreciate everything. Thank you. Have a great day. Good morning. Welcome to Tim's Offgrid. What we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the next level filtration that we have in our system. And first we talked about filtering and polishing our cistern water to 1/2 micron. Before I want to send this to any reverse osmosis systems, I want to make sure that we've polished down to 0.1 micron. My filters are going to last longer. Everything else in my entire system is going to last longer. We're going to have less issues. So we're using the Sawyer Minis. Sawyer Minis are filtering down to 0.1 absolute. That means all the hollow fiber membranes, they're all 0.1. It's not the average of them. Usually I have 2 of these in series, so I have 4 filters running. So 2 here and 2 off this lead. Things are winterized. Comes into the 6-gallon bucket, all right? As the water level comes up, I have gravity floats in there. I have one style gravity pump on the side, or a gravity float, that as the fluid level comes up, we make the float, water stops flowing. The other one is like this in the lid, where the water comes up, reaches the stopping point, stops flowing. So we don't overflow the bucket. We're only filtering to what we need. From there, we have an on-demand pump that sets its downstream pressure. Pump's only going to come on when we're less than 40 pounds to pressurize downstream for whatever uses you have for the water. And then if the bucket runs dry, we have a watchdog in here on its own float to kill power to the pump so we don't run the pump dry. Again, these are 120 volt diaphragm pumps. They can run dry, but you don't want to sit it there and run dry all the time. Now inside the bucket, here's the one type of gravity float here. Here's the other type of gravity float with what I engineered here to hold the watchdog in place. All right, we put this back down, and this is our complete setup. So we are going into whatever is downstream, whether you have an RV, you have a camper, you have whatever your needs are, you filter down to 0.1 before your next point. Especially great for reverse osmosis systems. Please like, please subscribe. Hi, welcome back to Tim's Offgrid. In this video, we're going to show you where our 0.1 filtered water goes to from outside. So the 0.1 filtered water is going to come in and it's going to go up through a gravity float in the top of this 30-gallon drum. And then it's going to come out of the 30-gallon drum and into the on-demand pump. And you'll notice everything I have will have bypasses on it, etc. And inlet outlet valves. Some nuclear power stuff there. Never going to get away from it. Then we're going to come through a KDF heavy metal filter. I do that just in case there's anything we missed, etc. Hard to believe we did, right? From there, we're going to have UV. And there was a final polishing filter, but I eventually took that out. In the corner there, That's one of your 4-gallon water heaters, a small one, not on demand. And then here's our expansion tank over here with our valve and pressure gauge, so we can see how the expansion tank is doing. From there, the water's going to come back out and go back down to wherever it's going to serve, right down here. So, and where this pipe is going in this other room, that's my other water room. So, in summary, holding tank, on-demand pump, bypasses and filtration, UV, so we've gotten anything that we couldn't have gotten at 0.1 micron. And from here, we're ready to go down and take a look at a reverse osmosis system. Thanks. Please subscribe. Please share. Please like. Welcome back to Tim's Offgrid. I wanted to do a real quick review of my RO system, reverse osmosis, what that looks like. So if you can hear it, the booster pump is running right now. So the thing about a booster pump is you want the pressure as high as possible in the RO system. That way you have the less water losses through the RO membrane. Because if not, you could be having to waste 3 gallons to make 1 gallon. How about if we're only wasting 2 gallons to make a gallon, or whatever. So I'm going to run through a couple things about mine here. I installed 2 expansion tanks here because we could run 1 expansion tank out pretty quickly. If it says that it's 4 gallons, it's not 4 gallons because there's an air bladder in there. So maybe 3 gallons, it may be less. So let's assume these 2 4s or 2 3s. So I got 6 gallons of holding tank capacity right now. The red line is your wastewater. All right. Make sure you have pressure gauge on the pump so you can dial the pump in down here at the bottom so you get the pressure set properly. Install yourself a leak sensor with a solenoid valve to kill the system off if it detects any leaks from the system. All right. So that's what you see here and here. I got a TDS meter over here so I can look at total dissolved solids coming in and coming out. Got a gauge over there in the back so I can see how many gallons we've been using. And this is 7 stages. So 3 pre-filters here. Then you've got your RO membrane. And then you've got your alkalinity filter over here, or pH plus. And then you got an alkalinity filter up there. And then you got UV. And I've got a float switch on the UV. So the UV only comes on when water's flowing out. So you notice that too. You don't want your UV on all the time. Alright, so that's my RO system here under the sink. I know there's some stuff that's all jammed up. If you've done one before, you know what it's going to look like. So please like, please subscribe, please share. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody. Hello and welcome to Tim's Offgrid. Today I wanted to share how my Offgrid bathroom is configured, how it was put together, all the components. So I used an 18-inch door. So it's just like if you look in this mirror right here. So it's like fits about where my shoulders are right here. Some people may have to come in sideways. It was all done to kind of maximize space in here. So you got a vanity in here, fully functioning sink. You got your storage underneath. So everything looks pretty normal so far, right? I'm going to tell you about it in this video. I'm going to show you how this is totally off grid too. Right over here, normal storage, normal toilet. You've got your little more storage right here. I built this wall because I don't want to kind of look at the toilet while I'm over here washing my hands. It makes sense. I think people could relate with that. Now, Tim's Offgrid, why are you on this platform? Well, I'm on the platform because I'm not going to chisel up a slab to do all my plumbing. So I did all my plumbing under that platform. Over here, you're going to see your 48 by 30 shower. So this had the 1-piece bottom and the 3-piece sides. I got this from Lowe's. So you can have a normal shower experience up top. Rainflow shower head right there where I can adjust the flow. If I don't want to give you like, I don't know, what is it, 3 gallons per minute? Maybe I want to give you 1 gallon per minute so we can maximize our hot water. All your normal fixtures, not even mobile home fixtures I went and did through here. The vent is coming up through the platform and going up through here where it vents. I didn't put the vent in the wall. I used reinforced fiber panel here for the walls, or FRP. So again, everything's looking pretty normal in here, right? We did a little bit of storage right above the door to try to maximize space. I used the rapidly dissolving paper because it's on septic. I got you a vent fan over here to keep air flowing through here. It was an afterthought. That's why it's not in the wall and it's mounted to the wall. So this is kind of looking down and looking out. And again, I'm telling you, we're totally off grid at the moment. All electrical, everything. And I'm going to show you how that works here in a few minutes. But I've seen a lot of different bathroom configurations all over YouTube, etc. And I've seen where people use, I don't know, rain buckets and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to show you how you do this and you build it like you would at home. So under the 18-inch platform or 16-inch platform, here's all my distribution under here. It was all done in CPVC. And I even have separate drain and waste. So if you wanted to separate gray and black water, because in the beginning I did not have septic. So I separated gray and black water and then put ties in the middle, etc. So I could valve off. Now they're both combined. Everything's going through the black since we have septic. But before we just had totes. So I would collect the gray water and black water separately and haul it off to properly dispose of it. This area over here, this is where I put a pump in the wintertime. And I have a faucet outside. I draw off a 30-gallon drum from the outside and use this pump to pump water up into the storage that's above this bathroom. You can go into some of my earlier videos and I will show you how I collect water in the IBC totes, how it's filtered again and again and again, basically water polishing. And we turn it into ultra pure water. I'll even show you my multi-stage RO system under the sink. If you go to the playlist, it has a lot about off-grid water filtering, etc. But again, here's what everything looks like underneath here. Tons of more storage, right? You could do a lot more underneath here. But the biggest thing for me was getting it insulated. Not just, I got random materials underneath there that I finished it off with. All right, again, we're back up top. There's your sink, your normal sink, your vanity. You put all your medications, your toothpaste, all that stuff in there, obviously. And fiber reinforced panel all the way around. You never have to paint this thing again. All right, I'm going to walk over here and show you. And I'm not even going to pause the video or anything. But we're going to walk over here and I'm going to show you that we're not even on utility right now. So here we are. Here's the main. The main's off. Look closely at that. Off. All right. And if we come over here, I have one of my jumpers. Any black outlet in here is solar backed off my solar system. So I'm back feeding through one of the other outlets that is not off the solar system. And I'm back feeding through this outlet to go and capture all the lights, etc. So obviously don't exceed the capacity of 15 amps while you're doing this. And I have the videos that I've showed before of how my solar system is set up. And there's the charge controller over there. I have cameras on here so I can view all this stuff remotely from home. And then I created my own box here for metering. And I put DC shunts in there so I can see all the demand right now. So if you go down to the bottom one here, so that's what's happening out there at the panels at present. It's very rainy and cloudy. So the panels are in cloudy, rainy weather, 35 volts, and making 214 watts at 6.3 amps. But we are demanding right now 428 watts at 17 amps. So we're pulling off the batteries a little bit. Just wanted to show that. Here is our ATS. So I use a rack mount ATS to go between utility and my solar backup system. Most of the time my refrigerator and deep freeze are running off this. But when I throw in the back feeds, I can get other loads on it. So I only rigged it for necessary load, steady state. So there's only 2 of the black outlets here. Over here, you'll see a video later in one of the others where I put in these Yolink relays with a reverse polarity relay where I can operate this arm here where I can turn on and off the inverter if I wanted to. Like at night, there's parasitic load on the inverter on the batteries, but I have written code in Yolink to where I can drop that arm and turn the inverter off at night to stop that parasitic load. And then if you see down here, I'm using a normal, it's not a double conversion UPS. This is line interactive basically, but I use this with the modem so it never loses any power through ride-through events or anything like that. So this UPS is off the solar system 24/7, and the router modem is backed up off of that through ride-through. All right, so wanted to show you all that. Show you this is the real deal over here, where a lot of things I have thought through to try to make things work better out here. One day I'll get the panels over here on the other side to where they're hinged, so I can just open this up and I'll go through how I set up all the solar. But I built this pantry around the solar so you don't have to see it steady state. So very cool stuff. But again, you know, using these jumpers to backfeed on lossy utility to show how, yeah, this is all truly off-grid. If you watch the other videos I have, you'll see that I'm using 120 volt, like half-inch pumps that are like RV pumps, but the AC versions of them. So got pump outside to pump between totes. I got a second pump outside to pump 0.1 filtered water in here into the storage area above the bathroom. Another pump in there to go and pressurize all fixtures, etc. So go back and watch some of those videos and you'll see how all this was put together. So thumbs up, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video because I really showed you a way to build a true off-grid bathroom that is just like you have at home, not some interesting one that has like some kind of bucket and some water and some other stuff. This is the real deal out here. Why not do it right the first time and never do it again, never revisit? All right. Take care, everybody. Appreciate it.